Hi, Rich Karuba for bowlingball.com. I want to talk to you today about a legendary bowling great, Billy Hardwick. I've done articles and videos before on other PBA great champions like John Petraglia, Don Johnson, Dick Weber. I even wrote about Mark Baker because of his coaching prowess in the modern day. And I even talked about a PBA Hall of Famer who was in for meritorious service as a lane man, Len Nicholson. But today it's Billy Hardwick. Billy was a personal friend of mine. We both grew up in the same area of the country in California. And Billy, for those of you who aren't old enough to remember him, was a two-time PBA Player of the Year in 1963 and 1969. He won 6 titles his last year in 1969 and became the first professional bowler to do an endorsement or an advertisement on national television for Miller Brewing Company. No other bowler had done a TV commercial prior to Billy, so he pioneered that chapter of professional bowling history. He also was the first player. He won the, in 1969. One of his titles that he won was the BPAA All-Star, which became the next year or the year after. Excuse me if I don't remember exactly. It was the prelude to naming that event the United States Open Championship. So he was the PBA leading money winner that year in '69. And eventually became inducted into the PBA Hall of Fame. Probably what helped Billy retire with grace and style was his win in 1976 on the PBA Winter Tour in Toledo, Ohio, followed by a second-place finish at the Firestone Tournament of Champions, where it all started for Billy in the Triple Crown race when he won the inaugural Firestone Tournament of Champions tournament in 1965 in Akron, Ohio. So Billy won the big ones, he won a lot of them, and he was a star player and put bowling on the map in the 60s and 1970s. Now the real story about Billy, though, wasn't all that rosy. He was diagnosed as very young with a serious case of arthritis. At 12 years of age, the doctors told him he likely would not be able to walk by the time of his 21st birthday. And not giving up or giving in too easily, Billy battled those ailments. He practiced bowling a lot because it was a non-physical contact sport. With his ailment, he could not play other sports as the other kids did in school. And because of those years he dedicated to learning to bowl, he was a prolific player. He didn't have a lot of success early. He didn't cash in his first 17 events on the tour, but he won right away after that. Most players would quit thinking they didn't have the right stuff. Not Billy. He overcame obstacles his entire life. And to talk about these obstacles, as a former roommate of Bill, when we traveled on the tour in the 70s, I recall Billy struggling to get out of his bed in the morning because of the pain he suffered so much from arthritis. He would have to take an hour or an hour and a half to limber up his body, take medication, before he could even get in the shower to prepare to get ready to go out and bowl. That was a daily ritual for Bill. But he put up with it. He kept a great attitude about it. He never complained about it. And he went out and became one of the greatest bowlers that the sport has ever known. So Billy Hardwick, all he's ever done is win and overcome personal challenges. His desire to win, his determination and dedication to be a champion, and his great sense of humor and his attitude toward all his fellow bowlers made him one of the most popular bowlers in PBA Tour history. So I salute you, Billy. You were a great bowler and an even better person. Long live the legend, Billy Hardwick.